Hi everybody, my name is Paula and I'd like to welcome you to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. Today, I have 4 polishes from Sally Hansen Insta Dry. They have a new collab out with Stranger Things and you can find it, well, I found mine at CVS. I don't know where else they might be. They're not online though, you have to go into a store. And just to let you know, I saw these, somebody posted on Instagram maybe a week, 10 days ago, and I ran into the store, ran into CVS like a day or two after I saw them looking for them, and I couldn't find them in my store. I only looked in the nail polish area, couldn't find them. So I was over by CVS again today, so I stopped in and they still weren't over by the nail polish area. So I was just sort of walking around the store and I saw the display. It's a big display, like a floor display, over by the seasonal section of CVS where they will have their Halloween stuff and all that good stuff. So that's where I found mine. And so this is an 8-piece collection, Sally Hansen Insta Dry and Stranger Things collab. 4 of them are Crackles, which I love. There's 2 glow-in-the-darks, and then there was a red cream and I think a gray cream. I did find a picture online of the polishes, so I will insert that right now so you can kind of see it. It looks like a fuzzy picture, so it may be not very clear, but this is what I found online. I forgot to take a picture of the display when I was at CVS today. That's what it looks like. Well, I just put the picture there. So I only picked up the 4 Crackles, and I'm very curious to see what these are. I picked up all 4 of them because according to the labels, they all have like different colored labels here. There's a brown and a green and a red and a purple. So I picked up all 4 of them, but all of them just kind of look black in the bottle. So I'm really anxious to get those open and get them swatched. I have a swatch wheel, little swatch crown here ready for them. So that's what we're gonna be looking at today. Sally Hansen Insta Dry and Stranger Things collab. Only the 4 Crackles though, that's all I got. Oh, just to let you know, right now at CVS, if you spend $12 on Sally Hansen, you get $4, what do they call it? Extra cash, extra care cash, whatever it's called. So if you spend $12, you get $4 back. So what I did with these 4 polishes is I checked out with 2 of them. They retail for $8, $7.99, something like that each. So I checked out with 2 of them, and then I got my $4 extra care cash, whatever it's called. And so then I checked out with the other 2 and I used my $4 extra care cash. And also on my receipt with that, there was another coupon that I got that was $4 off your next purchase. So I used both those coupons for the second order of 2. So I got all 4 of these for about $27, I think, with tax. And so you're just over $6 each, and they retail for $8, so that's pretty good savings. So just wanted to let you know that. I don't know how long the extra care cash with $12 Sally Hansen purchase will go on, but I just wanted to let you know my CVS right now is doing that. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around. We're gonna jump in and take a look at these 4 Crackles from Sally Hansen. All right, so got my little swatch crown here ready. So with Crackle nail polish, you have to have some sort of polish or base coat or something down for the Crackle polish to be able to adhere to and actually form the cracks. So on these 4, I just put on just a clear base coat, regular base coat. And then I had 2 polishes sitting down here. These were the 2 I showcased in my Twinkle and Hex video a little while ago. So I just put those on there just in case it'll work, where we can put some of these polishes over those. And then I also still have on my nails, just on this hand, the 4 polishes from my last Apocalypse polish video I just did the other day. I've had these on since then. So if any of these might work under the Crackles, we'll put them on my nails too. But I'm really anxious to see what these will do, because like I said, they all just look kind of black in the bottles. So first up, here's the lid. It says Stranger Things. And then this is like, I guess to show that it's a Crackle, not sure. But Sally Hansen Insta Dry Crackle. This one is called Between Worlds. So let's just see what it does. So like I said, I just have a regular old base coat. Get some more light here. Just have a regular old base coat on here so it has something to adhere to. And with Crackle polish, if you're not familiar with it, the thinner you put it on, the smaller cracks you'll get. And then if you put it on a little thicker, you'll get thicker cracks. So putting it on kind of thinly, you'll see you get lots of little cracks. So you still see a lot of the color of the polish. And if you put it on a little bit thicker, you would see a lot more of the crackle color and less of the cracks, if that makes any sense at all. This one, you can see it started working very quickly. So this one, the label is kind of a brown color, and that is actually what it's looking like it is doing. It is kind of brown there, so that's kind of cool. It's looking kind of leopardish. It almost looks like, even though this is a clear swatch wheel, it almost looks like between the cracks is kind of a brown color too. Now normally Crackle, say it's a black Crackle, is just black, and then you would see whatever color you have on underneath it. So I wonder if these are gonna give some sort of kind of a base color with it. I've never seen that, if that's what it's doing. But there's the first one, Between Worlds. And you only really wanna do one coat with Crackles. You don't wanna go back and do a second coat. So if for any reason you don't like how it turned out or something, you probably just need to take it off and start over. But that's kind of fun. I kind of screwed it up because I went over it twice. You don't want to like overwork Crackle either. You kind of just want to put a coat down and sort of leave it. And here you can see I kind of worked it a little bit more up here towards this part. And so you can see down here it cracked really nicely, and then here it got a little bit different cracks. But anyway, let's take a look at the next one. So the next one has got this green label. This one is called Missing. And we'll take a look at this one here on the swatch wheel. Try to do a better job this time. I like thinner coats of Crackle. I like to see lots of little cracks like this, sort of. Let's see, you can see it works like really, really quickly. This is real time here. Let that do its thing while I close up the bottle. So yeah, to me, it does look like it's kind of leaving a base color. Like this is sort of a all-in-one kind of thing. Maybe you don't even need a base color under these. I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it on one of my bare nails just to kind of see what it does. Because it's definitely looking like it is leaving a base color, and then the Crackle part is black. I've never seen a Crackle do that before. Had kind of a base color. So that's really, really cool. Yay, Sally Hansen. And then the next one here has got a red label. This one is called Rift. Let's see what this one does. I like the way this one cracked the best. I like the little like kind of leopard spot kind of cracks. All right, and then the last one, we'll let that work. The last one has got a purple label. This one is called Nether. Let's see what it does. Could even go kind of sideways, see what happens. I don't know what that might do. I'm gonna also put this one over this purple. Let's see. let's let that work. I'm gonna also put this over my, I'm gonna just put this over one of my plain old nails here. It has a base coat on, but nothing else. Let's just see what it looks like on a nail. Yeah, it's definitely leaving like a base color behind with it. That is kind of cool. I've never seen a Crackle do that. Very cool. So here they are. That's kind of fun at the sideways. Let's see, let me put, let's maybe put this reddish color one. I think it just is gonna cover up this pink, but since I did it, let's go ahead. I'm gonna put the reddish colored one, Rift. Let's just put this over the pink and see what happens, if we can see any of that pink underneath of it. So this one, the Twinkle and Hex polish I used is this. It's a purple with little red glitter, I think, glitter or flakes. It's called Set It Nicely the First Time. So here, I can still see a little bit of the red glitter underneath. So that's kind of fun. And this one does, it changed the pink. This was like a hot pink and it kind of changed it a little bit, but you can still see a lot of the pink under there. Then here's the one I did on my nail. You can definitely see some color there in the cracks. That's really cool. I haven't never seen a Crackle do that. Crackles usually will dry down matte also. So let's go ahead and put on a glossy top coat. And gloss them up. All right, so here's the one on my finger. This was just over a base, just like this one, just like that one. Just a regular old base. It's actually Mermaid Tears from Anchor and Heart. That was my base coat. So yeah, it definitely is leaving a color there in the cracks. This one is purple. That is really, really kind of cool. And then I will go through and give you some bottle shots here. First up, we had Between Worlds, and that's kind of that brownish colored one. And then Missing, that is the green. And Rift, it's kind of a reddish color. I'm loving these. Wonder how they do that, where it leaves a base color behind. And then Nether is the purple. So over these two, you can still sort of see the pink, you can still sort of see the purple that was underneath, and then the Crackle over the colors just sort of looks black. But it is changing, like this is not as bright of a pink anymore. This was the color that it was. So it dulled down the brightness of it. This one is called Hot Pink Hangover from Twinkle and Hex. I have a video up on those two polishes purchase that I made. But yeah, this is really fun. I don't think, let me know in the comments if you've ever seen a Crackle leave a base color behind. Very, very cool. I'm loving these. Really fun. And there's one more look. So I put it on a little bit thicker here on my nail. You can see, so you can see a lot more of like the black of the crackle and not as many cracks. And then if you look at like one that I put on really thin, you get so many more cracks. And so you see a lot more of the base color. So here you see a lot more of the crackle color, a little bit of base. And then on the swatch wheel here, you see a lot more of the base colors because I put it on a lot thinner on those than I did on my finger. So that's the kind of the difference between a thinner coat, which is these, and then a thicker coat, which is there on my nail. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of these. Like I said, I found them CVS kind of in the seasonal section over by where they're gonna have their Halloween decorations and stuff. So if you don't see them in your CVS in the nail polish area, it is a pretty big floor display. That's how it was at my store anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn the camera around. We're gonna finish this up. All right, so those were the crackles from Sally Hansen, Stranger Things collab. Love. I love a crackle polish anyway. What do you all think of crackle polish? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of any of these? What do you think of crackle in general? Love it. Remember CVS, if you spend $12, I don't know how long it will go, maybe just till Sunday. I don't know how long. But if you, right now, if you spend $12 on Sally Hansen products, you get $4 back in their extra care cash, whatever it's called. So it's a pretty good deal. So here it is on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think it's really, really fun. I've never seen a crackle leave a base color behind. I don't think I've ever seen that. And I have a lot of crackle nail polish, trust me. But that's all I have to show you today. For 4 of the 8 of the Sally Hansen Insta Dry Stranger Things collab. Love it. They also have in that display, Sally Hansen maybe is owned by CoverGirl, I don't know, but they had CoverGirl makeup, like some eye palettes and I think lip things. I didn't really look at the makeup too much, but yeah, they had other things in that from CoverGirl also in the Stranger Things collab. But according to the website, that's only in stores. You can't order it online. You can probably find it on eBay or something like that if you can't find it in your store. But I think it's relatively new, so give it a little bit of time to roll out. It's looking like maybe it's gonna be for Halloween because it was in the Halloween seasonal area of my CVS. But anyway, that's all I have to show you. So it was these 4 crackles, it was 2 glow-in-the-dark colors, and then a red cream and I think a gray cream. So that was the 8-piece collection. But that's all that I have for you today. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm just gonna say goodbye for now.